day has begun. Time to get to know our area. What a great place to live, work, and play. Are you ready? Come along with us as we help you make it a great day, Tampa Bay.
You don't want to miss this one.
And later it's time again for fall sports. We'll show you how to be prepared for some common sports injuries at 9:10.
The fall sports season is upon us. Now, from soccer to football to volleyball, that means it's also time to keep an eye on any of those sports injuries.
That's right, and here with some tips on preventing some of those injuries is Dr. Ken Redcross. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Now, I played 8 years in the NFL, 8 surgeries. I've hurt almost everything in my body.
I'm sure you have.
What are some of the most common injuries that we see in kids playing soccer and football?
Well, you know, I'm glad you asked, because this is an important time. 25 million kids are going back to playing school sports, and another 20 as far as in their communities. Some of the big ones we see, we have to really watch out for knee injuries, ankle injuries, but once again, it's really sports specific of what really happens.
I like that. Now, some of these injuries can be prevented if you have the right gear and your kids are actually remembering to wear them on the field, right?
Yeah, you're right, Stephanie. It's all about protective equipment. I love when I say protective because that's letting you know it's protecting something that's vital.
Yes.
Like for our football players, you need your helmet. You got to protect your brain. Making sure the soccer players protect their shins. These are all important things. The other thing that's important as well is making sure you warm up. It's hard to talk about it because everybody wants to go catch that touchdown or score that goal, but you have to remember you got to warm up as well. Extremely important to help avoid injury.
Absolutely. Now, you're a doctor, but you're a dad as well.
I am.
All right. Now, what type of things do you bring to your first aid kit when you're going to watch your kids?
You know, it's funny. When my twins, I have a twin boy girl. So when my twin boy is out there, he's playing basketball, and my daughter is an aspiring gymnast, I'm probably the only dad that has a black bag with goodies with him. Okay?
You're the best dad for that bag.
I hope they think so. Well, some of the things I bring here, I want to share with everyone out there. One of the ones I always have is Arnicare. Arnicare is a homeopathic remedy. It's good for bruising, swelling, and believe it or not, pain as well. It's funny, my kid is a boy, but he really cares about the bruising, and so I love it, and it doesn't have that medicine-y smell like some of these other ones do, so it won't smell like a 90-year-old man out there. The other thing is you got to have triple antibiotic ointment. They always get scrapes, you know. It doesn't matter what sport, so you want to make sure you jump on that right away. The other thing I have here, too, is, once again, support, because don't forget, when injuries happen, it's about rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So that helps with the compression. The other thing is, we just talked about ice. Ice is extremely important to help the swelling, because swelling causes pain, so you want to get on that right away. And then we have good old H2O, probably the most important thing for all of our athletes, because it's important not only for your health, but also to help you with your peak performance.
Absolutely. Now, also something that can help kids is hydrating.
Yeah.
How can we educate kids on how to stay hydrated?
Well, the thing is, it's also important not just to hydrate when you're playing the sport, but you want to hydrate even before, actually, because those are your kind of reserves. And after, you can use water, which I love. When you're out there, I'm okay with some of the other sports drinks that have some of the electrolytes that are in there, because you're losing a lot of those electrolytes when you're out there sweating.
Absolutely. Now, when parents get hurt, when kids get hurt, okay, we know that we need to go see the doctor, but is there something that the parents can do in the meantime? Well,
you know, as we talk about some of the things in the kit, you don't have to be over the top like I am with your doctor bag.
We use all of those at one time.
Every single time, right? But it's important to have your little kid, just in case your little one is actually hurt or something on the field. These are easy things to think about, especially even the ice pack. They have so many wonderful ones now. You just squeeze them, they become cold right away, and you'd be so surprised how important it is to get ice on an injury.
All right, some great tips and some great reminders. Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.